Welcome to the Loosen Up Your Painting podcast, the podcast for creatives looking to get inspiration, tips and advice on anything to do with art and creativity. If you enjoy creating something, then this is the podcast for you. I'm your host, Malcolm Dewey, a full-time artist at malcolmdeweyfineart.com, and let's begin the show. Welcome to this episode of the How to Loosen Up Your Painting podcast. It's good to be back and talking to you again. And in this episode, I want to talk about a really important subject, important to all of us as artists, well, anyone in life, but I'm speaking specifically to creative people, artists, and it is about how to live a purpose-driven life as an artist. Now, this is so fundamental to every part of our lives as artists. In fact, it also influences our health, well-being, longevity, and many other important aspects about how we interact with other people and how we treat ourselves. Now, I came about talking to you about this subject because I came across a documentary on Netflix recently called The Blue Zones by author and educator Dan Buettner. If you haven't come across this documentary before, you may have encountered the term blue zones before. It's been used for a long time to discuss or describe areas in the world where there are a high percentage of long-living people, specifically centenarians. But the main idea is to find out why people in these specific areas live such a long time and have such meaningful lives, still running a healthy life. It's not like in other areas where you may have your life extended through medication and hospitalization and things like that. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about living a healthy, fulfilling life well into old age, through your 90s, even reaching 100 and beyond. Now, the blue zones are specific areas marked out as places where there's a high concentration of centenarians and people generally living to above average age in what is still a healthy and fulfilling way. Now, one of the areas covered in the Blue Zones documentary in the episode 1, I think it was, is the island of Okinawa of Japan, where there's a high concentration of centenarians living a really strong, purposeful, and fulfilling life. Now, there are various factors, of course, from social interaction to diet to exercise. And one of the things that caught my eye, or living practices, if I can call it that, is the concept of Ikigai. Now, this is a Japanese term and roughly translated means living a life of purpose, a purpose-driven life. And the translation is more or less a reason for being. Now, isn't that such a powerful phrase? What is your reason for being? This encourages individuals to seek out their unique blend of passion, vocation, profession, and mission. The pursuit is a lifelong journey offering a continuous source of motivation and direction. Let's look at those words again: passion, vocation, profession, and mission. So this can cover many areas of your life, from a professional life, your business life, your personal life, the things you do. Are they purpose-driven? Do you have a passion for it? Are you focused on them? Do they give you pleasure? Do they give you a reason to get up in the morning? I think that's what we're after, isn't it? Something to make us get up with purpose. Our studies have also shown, as I've mentioned, that having a sense of purpose can lead to a longer and healthier life. And these Japanese individuals living in Okinawa are certainly proof of that. You see some of them creating craft work, musical instruments. Of course, the Japanese craftsmen are famous around the world, whether they're making samurai swords or musical instruments or other forms of art, painting, pottery, whatever it may be. They do it with such focus, dedication, and the pursuit of perfection with what can only be described as a strong passion or love for what they're doing. The process of creating transcends merely a production process. It is so much more. It is an act of commitment and love and carrying something forward from masters that have come before and paying it forward to masters in the future. Now, people who are practicing a lifestyle around Ikigai show reduced stress levels, reduced risk of chronic diseases, and an increase overall well-being, contributing to their extended lifespans and a positive approach to their life and their interactions with other people. Now, what are the benefits of living a purpose-driven life? Specifically here as artists, how can we use our art to help us focus on something that is purpose-driven? Well, creating your art is something you can certainly feel a strong purpose for. And of course, it's such a fun activity, it should be a lot easier to develop and concentrate on creativity. So the benefits are, number one, clarity and focus. Discovering your Ikigai provides a clear path to follow and allows artists to concentrate their energy and talents on what truly matters to them. This focus helps in honing their creative skills and producing beautiful works of art. Another benefit is peace and fulfillment. Living in alignment with your purpose leads to a profound sense of inner peace and fulfillment. Artists who take up this lifestyle of living a purpose-driven life find joy in their creative processes. It transcends the pursuit of external validation by simply finding contentment within yourself in that creative process. You're not chasing after prizes or validation from third parties. If that's your reason for getting up, then perhaps you need to reassess, because the validation and sense of purpose comes from within. It's not an award at an exhibition. It comes from you taking your skills and turning something into another thing that is beautiful and meaningful to you. Another benefit is the resilience and adaptability that it brings to your personality. A purpose-driven life equips individuals with a sense of resilience to overcome challenges and adapt to changing circumstances. Artists who are deeply connected to a sense of purpose are more likely to weather setbacks and continue to create even in the face of adversity. Perhaps you have examples of how your purpose in your creativity has helped you cope with difficult circumstances, helped you to bounce back and calm the storm inside you. Now, I can certainly relate to this, and art has helped me get over so many challenging circumstances in my life, whether it was in my professional life before I turned to full-time art, how to cope with tremendous stress. How art helped me through that. And now it gives me still a reason to get up each day. I look forward to getting to my studio and working on my art, or even talking to you like this about art and creativity is extremely fulfilling to me. So how to change your life if you are stuck and caught up in the rat race and indecision? How do you develop your life further so that you can live a more purpose-driven life? Well, self-reflection is number one. Start by reflecting on what are your passions, talents, and what brings you joy. Identify activities that make you lose track of time, as these often align with what is your true purpose and calling in life. Getting into that flow state where time just flies by and you are so happy, all your worries disappear and you focus on that one thing. That is the clue you're looking for. The next is look for inspiration. Study the lives of artists who have found their purpose. Learn from their experiences, struggles, and triumphs to gain insight into your own journey. An example could be looking up books on Van Gogh's letters to his brother, or Claude Monet. There are books where all his correspondence through his life has been recorded. And you can see the difficulties that all of these artists went through, these famous artists, especially in their early careers where they were short on money. Even Claude Monet was in deep trouble financially, constantly begging for loans just to pay the rent. Then set meaningful goals. Define clear goals that align with your purpose and break them down into actionable steps and work towards them. This could be simply about starting a basic painting program where you may want to just create for an hour a week on the weekend and perhaps start learning a specific medium. You're going to work from perhaps a course or a book or study somebody's painting video and then work from there. Whatever it may be, set small goals like this that you can work step by step and accomplish them. Instead of making a vague goal like saying you just want to improve your painting this year, well, that's so vague that you can't figure out exactly what to do next. It leaves you still confused and directionless. So make small, achievable goals that all lead to a greater objective. Then also try connecting with the community. By surrounding yourself with individuals who share your creative interests, you will get a lot of reinforcement and encouragement. You could join an art club, a workshop, or an online community and develop meaningful connections that way. Finally, embrace the growth that all of this activity is going to bring you. Now, growth is not a simple A to B straight up success. There's going to be challenges and failures and also opportunities along the way. Your creative journey will evolve. It'll have its ups and downs, and that's the way it's meant to be. You must try to adapt to the downs, learn from them, and move on. Keep going forward and learn from your experiences and have fun throughout the process. By embracing the philosophy of Ikigai and simply understanding it as developing a life of purpose through your art, you'll see a renewed commitment, a renewed energy, and you'll find yourself striving with greater focus and leading to mastering your art, creating beautiful works of art, living a more peaceful and fulfilling life, getting control of your emotions, interacting in a positive way with other people, and helping others as well, whether it's your children or grandchildren or friends, to discover something new and perhaps also learn about another side to your personality. All of these things come with living a purpose-driven life as an artist. I think the things that artists grapple with, probably same things that everybody grapples with, but maybe speaking for myself as an artist, I seem to have this desire to spend my time in a meaningful way, perhaps also leave something of a legacy. Perhaps my paintings are that, or I'm also trying to help others with my teaching and also create an example for my children as well. So what is it that artists really need? Well, there's definitely a need for purpose. This is the thrust of what we are talking about today. People want a deeper sense of purpose in their daily lives and their artistic journey, something that goes beyond merely making something, but having an emotional connection to it and also an emotional connection to the world at large, so you feel like you are contributing in a positive way. There's also a need for inspiration. We want to get up each day and feel inspired. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out that way, but you have, I think, a greater chance of doing that if you're living with a sense of purpose, especially getting a sense of purpose from your art, and then you will be looking forward to each day. Also, there's a need for connection. We want to connect with like-minded individuals, like I'm talking to you on this topic, and hopefully making a connection with people out there, artists like yourself perhaps, and we share a similar view on this topic, and therefore we can support each other. Talking about subjects like this is not that common, of course, and perhaps that is something we can hopefully start breaking down and being more supportive of each other and encourage each other. I think finally a need for fulfillment is extremely important. We are looking for a fulfilled life. We are looking to connect, as I said as well, and we're looking to do something meaningful. And all of that leads to a sense of fulfillment through our art and fulfills our desire to make a positive impact on society. All of this, I think, comes down to discovering ourselves, getting a sense of self, as it were, and understanding your position in the world, your place, your contribution. Perhaps also finding stability in our lives or some sort of balance where we can contribute that way as well. So to summarize, living a life of purpose and a meaningful life covers these important wants that we have: the desire for meaning, the desire for being in a sense of creative flow, the desire for making an impact or a contribution that's positive to society, and connecting with like-minded people, and overall getting a sense of contentment that our life is in balance. So this is it really, something to think about and something we can find time to contribute and to grow our art and make a positive contribution to the world. All of these things add up to a life that's worth living and one where we feel more connected and also reducing our stress, reducing our fears of what's going to happen next, and maybe just helping us to live a longer, more contented and healthier life. So I'm interested to hear your thoughts on this. How do you feel about the concept of Ikigai and a meaningful and purposeful life? How has art contributed to that for you? Or are you considering taking up art or some other creative practice to help you connect and create a more meaningful life for you? What's going to help you jump out of bed with enthusiasm the next day? Let me know how this impacts you and what you are going to be doing to live a more purpose-driven life. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this discussion, and hopefully you're going to make it an ongoing discussion. And talk to your friends, talk to your family, talk to yourself. Find out what's going to make your life more purpose-driven. Now, if you're interested in learning more about painting, I have a lot of painting courses. I have a membership group as well where we meet each month. So if you want to find out more about that, look up malcolmdeweyfineart.com, go to painting courses and see if there's something for you there. I have courses from free right through to premium, and there's bound to be something there for you as well. If you've enjoyed this chat, please give it a thumbs up, share it, whatever you can help to make it more known out there. I rely on you, the listener, to help spread the word. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to chat to you again soon. So until then, happy painting and cheers for now.